Hi Leo, my ascendant brothers and sisters, welcome to your week ahead horoscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these are for all three of your signs, but remember to check out all three, your sun, moon and ascendant, so that you know which part of you I resonate with most as a reader. With that said, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. For your key to the week, you have the death card, right? So endings, completions, culminations. Something is coming to a close this week, my dear Leos, in all of these different areas of life. Remember, the death card doesn't always mean death, even though on this channel we absolutely do talk about that. If you've been with me long enough, you know how I roll. If you are new to my channel, I do have to stress that here in the Radiant Nation, I talk about everything. The good, the bad, and the downright ugly and painful. I do not shy away from those tough subjects or topics. So if you don't like that or you can't handle it, this is definitely not the place for you. All right. With that said, thank you for gracing me with your presence, but yeah, just in case, you know, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it or water it down for you. I will always do my best with the delivery, but no, I'm not gonna shy away from the hard topics. It's not what I do. For your actions and options, you have the High Priestess. So straight away, this is the signature for a medium. So this week, my advice to you would be to get a mediumship reading. You will get a lot out of it, right? Mediumship is not my gift, so I will say, like, if you're looking for specifically that kind of work, this is not the place. All right, well, it's not so much that this is not the place, because I have many a past person grace me with their presence, but I'm not a medium. That's not my skill. It's not my gift, right? So this week I will say though, seek out a medium. You will have really good results from them, right? Now, that being said, remember the High Priestess is hidden things revealed, and this is in your actions and options. Something that you've been working on behind the scenes, or something that now comes to a close or to a finish, is now going to start to sort of find the light of day. Another way that this potentially shows up in terms of the options that you have, there's a chance here for you to reveal something, or something is revealed to you and then you have, you know, you've got a decision that you'll need to make from there. One thing that I will say to you is, remember, Leo is a big cat. Cats are some of the most psychic beings on the planet. So therefore, ergo, Leo often does have a very good intuition, or at the very least, they tend to be a very good judge of character. Now, if it is the case that you have misjudged somebody and they've actually, you know, absolutely screwed you over, it doesn't mean that you have, like, oh no, actually, Raph, I'm not a good judge of character. What it means is that you were human and you trusted somebody. That's all it means. It doesn't mean that you're, oh, you know, my gifts have failed me, or I'm not a good judge of character. That's really not true. We've all been there. Trust me, darling. We've all kissed a frog or three. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Four of Pentacles. Right, so Four of Pentacles is certainly in communications. This could be where you are holding something very close or very tight to the chest. This week it does look, my dear Leos, like you're playing it close to your chest. I'm intrigued. I'm so intrigued. As many of you know, I'm a Leo ascendant, so there's a part of me that's like, okay, what's going on here then? For those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, this may be that this week some form of funding or loans, etc., that is available to you or has been available to you. And what I will say is, because you've got the death card as the key to the week, it looks like the shelf life on this is very short. So it may be that you only have a really short time to apply for this, and it's like you just find out about it now. Maybe it's been available for the last 10 years, and you know they you know put a bulletin out to say, oh, by the way, we're shutting this down, and it's like you find out about it just at the right time. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, I mean, the Death card and the Four of Pentacles, this would be the end of stagnation in the workplace or with the work sphere. It could also be, as well, for some of you, a severance package, right? It could be that the job, maybe your company starts going through redundancies and they come to you and say, look, we're going to give you I know the last count, like the last time I heard of redundancies for a friend, his company, they were offering like £1,000 for every year that you'd been with the company, which, you know, if you've been there 5+ years, okay, it sucks because you're losing your job, but that's a tasty little payday that's going to keep you, you know, tided over for a good few months before you then, you know, so that you can find something that's not just suitable, but something that you're actually going to really get your teeth into and enjoy. So this could be a severance package, and this could actually be very good for you in the long term. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, this is hidden money, or potentially clients behind the scenes, or maybe even a chance to work with people where you need to sign an NDA or something along those lines. This could be really great. Now, again, you've got this death card here, which does mean that this is the end of one of the ways that you work, and potentially, you know, this is you resting before you launch a new way that you're going to work from here on in. So it'll be interesting to see how this shapes up. With that said, when it comes to those of you that are retired and no longer working, this is you sorting out your pension pot. It's like this week you're getting really serious about your long-term resources, but you're doing this very much like behind the scenes. It's not stuff that you're sharing with anybody. For your love and relations, you've got the 7 of Wands. For those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, there is a possibility here that maybe you and your partner disagree on what the long-term financial goals are, and you're going to have to talk this out. It may also be that in revealing, you know, their hand, let's say, that you kind of say, okay, well, you know what, you're not in this with me, so I'm going to make the plans and the contingency for myself, and the rest will just have to kind of happen as and when, right? So it's almost like maybe you start a separate account, right? Maybe you start saving on your own without your partner. There's definitely some kind of financial sort of, some financial challenge, but it's because of a different, it's a difference of opinion, right? For those of you that are, oh God, come on brain. For those of you that are single and looking, for those of you that have been profoundly single for a long time, this could be a break in that situation. And it may be because of information that comes to you either intuitively or psychically or from somebody. It's almost like you're reaching a point at which like your whole life is about to change in a big way. And this is a part of it. For your money and materials, you've got the 8 of Swords. Literally, this combination can represent the breaking of financial chains, right? So this could be the release of a debt. It could be you paying something off in full. It could be the last payment that you make towards a specific type of debt. The 8 of Swords and the Death card, especially for money, is actually quite good because it's like the end of whatever has held you captive. So I actually really like this. It could also be for those of you that are partnered or married, now that we see this, maybe you have a plan in place, or you've at least got like a plan to get yourselves to a really good place, and your partner's like trying to fight you on it at every turn, and you're just like, look, for fuck's sake, can you just get on board so that we can finally be debt free, right? For that's really crazy because I am actually making my final payment on something this week as well. So I'm like, hey. When it comes to those of you, when it comes to your physical health and vitality, if you've had a chronic health situation, this week you will have a breakthrough in that. Something that has held you prisoner, you know, something that really has been quite distressing for you. Like for those of you that know, my sinuses and this thing on my bloody head and my forehead and my face, it's been really bad. And this goes back right back to the end portion, like the last quarter really of 2023 were really hard on my body. Like my health was, so I'm hoping that for me this is along with that, because this thing with my sinuses it's enough already. And then when it comes to your home and environment, if there's been a problem, a challenge, or an issue around a home situation, maybe for those of you that are locked into contracts that you don't want, or you know that you're worried about, this could actually be the breaking of that. So it's like you have an easy out in some way. Maybe the landlord comes and says, look, I'm selling the property, so you know you're going to have to leave, or whatever it is. It actually works in your favor. There's something coming to a close that feels like it's held you captive in some way. With that said, I wish you an and abundance of all of that good stuff. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.